Okay. Hey everybody, it's UnderMyCap and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be showing you how to use the select tool. So this is part 2 of the series. If you haven't seen how to use the create tool, I 100% recommend you start very at the start. Watch the first video. The first video will be linked in the playlist right down below. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. So you can see I have a bit of a mess behind me. It was recently Valentine's Day. Well, it was a very long time ago. But you can see I have a whole bunch of these boxes full of love hearts, and I need to make sure that I can actually put the boxes all aligned and I want them on the floor. You can see these boxes behind me, they're floating in the air, which doesn't make any sense because gravity exists and the boxes should be sitting on the floor. We also have a box which is very much underground, so we're going to use the select tool to select and move the objects. So let's open up our Make Pen and open this up and click on select. So you can see when we click on select, we get a few little options that pop up. We have select tool functions, so we can copy and paste with the select tool. We also have a few other options. Let's move a little bit closer to the screen so you can see this. So we have select tool functions, we have select tool settings, and we have the snapping, the usual, which we'll talk about when we're doing move, and that sort of stuff. So let's open up select. And once you actually click on select, we can start selecting. So I'm going to move this menu so we can start selecting. But you can see we have these two shapes in the air over here. Whoops, let's get rid of that menu. We have two shapes in the air and we want to move them onto the ground. So we're going to get the select tool with your mouse or with your trigger from your VR handheld device. We just want to select the boxes like that and use the move tool. Move tool is just the green button. We'll talk about in the next video, but you can move objects back, up and down with that. But you'll notice, some of the objects inside of the boxes weren't selected, and there's a lot of them. Well, we can use this next part of the select tool, which allows us to select multiple items really quickly, and also deselect a whole bunch of items really quickly. So the boxes are now on the floor, which is the main important part. They're not floating in the air. The hearts are in the air. So how are we going to select those? With your select tool, we're going to have to first deselect what we've already selected. So to deselect, you can either click off the boxes and click off into the distance. So you can see like that. I just clicked off. Or if you have some objects already selected with the select tool, you can just double click on one and it deselects them all. So double clicking with your mouse or with your controller will deselect. Now we can actually use the select tool to select a lot of objects at once by holding the trigger handle down and then moving our handle around. So you can see we've selected the whole floor because I realized that the floor isn't frozen, which is not good. But you can see that by holding down this trigger handle, we can select the area of objects, deselect the floor because we don't need that. And yeah, we've selected that. Now, if you do accidentally grab some stuff that you're not supposed to grab, you can deselect that. So let's say I grabbed the floor. You can just get your trigger handle. You can point to the object you don't want and magic. You click on that and it deselects it. So that's that. Now, another thing you noticed is that yellow ball that popped up when I'm selecting stuff. If you do hold it down on a selected item, so like this, you can start the deselection mode. So that's a red bubble. Now, anything this red bubble touches, it deselects it from your selection. Because we want these pink hearts in our selection, we're going to hold down and grab them back. And that leads us into the next problem. This ball is a little bit too big for selecting because we're selecting fine objects. So what you can do with the select tool is if we open it back up, we can change a few little parts of the select tool to make it so that it's easier for us to select different objects. So if we go to the select tool and we scroll down to select tool settings, we scroll down to select tool settings, we can change the drag select size. So analog is the largest sized. If we change it to precise, it's a tiny circle that pops up. So it's really, really precise. For now, I'm going to just set it to small, but you have a variety of options to choose from when you're using select. And you'll notice that now when we start selecting, you can't even see the ball, like you can't even see the circle. It's so tiny. You might be able to see it a little bit, but I can select just the hearts individually. See, we've just selected those hearts there and we've selected these hearts individually there. So awesome. We've got the hearts. And now we're going to use the move tool to move them down like this, and awesome. So as you saw just then, we use the select tool to basically move the objects from the air, or multiple objects at once, down. So it helps you basically stop having to do the tedious task of moving each thing individually with the move tool. And it also allows you to make sure that if you have a whole bunch of items, you can move them all at the same time. So let's say I wanted to move all of these little poles that I made. Unfortunately, I haven't connect them all as an invention. But let's say I just like move. I'm going to select just this amount. I've selected a random amount. If I want to move a whole bunch of things, I can use the select tool like that, and I can move everything uniform so they're all the same. So you don't have anything that's like a different height, that sort of thing. So if you did find this, So if you did find this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I will also have part 3 coming out very soon, which will show you how to do a whole bunch of more things with the Maker Pen. You're welcome to join my Makerspace events where I help teach people how to create in the game. But if you do want to see more like this, as I said before, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. See ya. See ya.